It happened with Sonic Movie 1, it happened with Sonic Movie 2, and you better believe it's about to happen with Sonic Movie 3, where we get random big news information at the worst time. It is currently 1 o'clock in the morning, and we just had a random early synopsis drop for Sonic Movie 3. What? Hello procrastinators, Sam here, and yeah, this came out of nowhere. At 1 o'clock in the morning, Tales Channel just dropped that it appears an early synopsis of Sonic Movie 3 was relayed via industry publications Production Weekly in a new issue. And on the Tales Channel website, they have an article up right now regarding this, so if you guys want a link to what I'm about to read here, it'll be in the description. They said, the spoiler-heavy synopsis describes the events following the second film. The highly anticipated video game movie has entered a state of active development, according to Production Weekly. The bulletin also disclosed a synopsis of Sonic 3 with major details presumably subject to change. And that is something I think is incredibly important before I read the synopsis, because you gotta understand, Sonic Movie 3 was just announced to come out in December 20th, 2024. Okay, 2024, the very, very tail end of 2024. We have well over 2 years before this movie is set to release. And while this is legit, I do think it's important to remember that things are absolutely subject to change. You know, they're gonna have multiple read-throughs while they figure out the script, while they figure out the pacing of the movie, before they film, before they get the actors, hire the actors, all that stuff. So just understand that things will absolutely change. So keep this with a grain of salt as we read this. But this is what the bulletin had to say. With Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles having defeated Robotnik and his badniks, Green Hill is saved. But it wasn't over yet. The team will have to face what Robotnik's grandfather has created, Project Shadow. Things go from bad to worse when Robotnik obtains the mini emeralds from the destroyed Chaos Emerald and creates his robotic version of Sonic, which will be used for the scientist to get his sinister revenge. Teaming up with Shadow, they intend to defeat the Hedgehog once and for all. Through a dimensional portal, different creatures, Amy and Big, show up to help. Could this team defeat Robotnik before the world comes to an end? Yeah, that was something. Like, that was a lot of information, a lot of characters, and a few bombshells that maybe you and including I didn't really expect. So let's go into this piece by piece here. So with the first sentence, it says, with Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles having defeated Robotnik and his badniks, Green Hill is saved, but it wasn't over yet. So this is clearly a direct continuation from Sonic Movie 2. You know, so I guess that confirms that this is not gonna happen like after like the Knuckles series. I was hoping, or not hoping, but I was assuming that the Knuckles series may come out before Sonic Movie 3, and I still think that is a possibility, but based off the synopsis, this seems to be a direct continuation after Sonic Movie 2. Then in the second chunk of this paragraph, it then mentions Robotnik's grandfather, which is Gerald Robotnik, the creator of Shadow. It mentions Project Shadow, and things go from bad to worse when Robotnik obtains the mini emeralds from the destroyed Chaos Emerald. So I believe what they meant to say was he obtains the Chaos Emeralds from the Master Emerald. I assume the person who wrote this was not all that familiar, even though the person that wrote the synopsis is probably part of the dev team. But yeah, they have Robotnik will get the Chaos Emeralds from the Master Emerald somehow. Not sure how, because at the end of Sonic Movie 2, he kind of releases them and they go off somewhere. But I assume Robotnik finds them, right? He creates his robotic version of Sonic. So Metal Sonic is gonna be in Sonic Movie 3, it looks like. That is surprising. I know that was something that people have been advocating for, even including myself. I would like to see Metal Sonic in some way, but to have Metal Sonic as well as Shadow in the same movie, interesting choice. I hope that doesn't become too redundant. I hope they're not too similar. Obviously Shadow and Metal Sonic are completely different characters, and we know that as fans how they are in the game. They're different characters, but it really seems like this movie is not just going to be Sonic Adventure 2 vanilla, and I guess that we should have saw that coming. I mean, Sonic Movie 1 and Sonic Movie 2, they weren't retelling any particular story from the game, so I guess Sonic Movie 3 would not tell a specific story, but I was under the assumption that they probably were going to dig deeper into Sonic Adventure 2 story this time around because of everything surrounding it, Project Shadow, the fact that, you know, it is the magnum opus of the series Sonic Adventure 2 story. It's the Sonic Adventure 2 is the game that a lot of casuals love, so I assume that they would probably like to hone in on that. But yeah, it seems like they're doing a merge of Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic CD / Sonic Heroes in a way. I don't know. We'll have to see more about what they're doing with Metal Sonic specifically. But yeah, Metal Sonic is in this, as well as Shadow. That is, we'll have to see how that's gonna go. But it goes and continues to say that the teaming up with Shadow, they intend to defeat the Hedgehog once and for all. So it sounds like we're gonna have Robotnik, Shadow, and Metal Sonic all teamed up together, rather than it being Rouge and Shadow and Robotnik. So that's something that I guess is a little disappointing here. I really did want to see Rouge. I know that's going to be taken out of context, but no, I really like Rouge's character in the games, and I would love to see her on the big screen. And speaking of big, a dimensional portal opens up, and through that, Amy and Big the Cat show up? What? Okay, so let me just get this straight. So in Sonic Adventure 2, we had Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and then on Team Darks, we had Robotnik, Shadow, and Rouge. And then you had Big the Cat off to the side, and so did you have Amy. But it seems right now, we have all the characters from SA2, plus an extra being Metal Sonic, but we are missing Rouge. I'm very confused by this. I don't know. I don't hate the idea of having Metal Sonic in this movie. I just hope it's not like a Spider-Man 3 thing where there's too many villains at once and becomes, you know, too cluttered. Not to say Rouge isn't in the story altogether. Again, things are subject to change, you know. They could have just completely didn't mention her and she's probably in the movie. It's totally fine. It's not like, you know, something I'm like dying for. And again, I know these movies are not going to tell the stories exactly how they were. But to have Amy, which is great to see. I really wanted more female representation, so I did want Amy in the movies as well as Rouge, but Rouge is not being mentioned here. Big the Cat, though. It's very strange. You know, I know Big the Cat is like a meme. I like Big the Cat. I do like Big the Cat. I liked him in Adventure. I liked him in Adventure 2 as those little Easter eggs. I liked him in Heroes. I liked him in Sonic X. I like Big the Cat. I really do. I know he is, you know, the joke, the joke of this series, but I really do like Big the Cat. Yeah, I think he's a charming character. And I'm surprised they found room for him in this story, but they didn't have room for Rouge. Again, I'm just assuming based off this synopsis. I could be totally wrong. Maybe Rouge is in here, and that's great. I do want to note, though, and I guess something that is a little more worrying me than the fact that Rouge isn't mentioned here, is that there's no real mention of the Ark. They didn't mention anything about the Ark, space, it destroying, you know, the world, shooting the moon, you know, all those jokes. But no, seriously, I'm not seeing anything like that. Then again, we didn't see anything about the Death Egg robot appearing in Sonic Movie 2 in its synopsis, I don't think. So I guess, you know, it could still be in there. But yeah, this synopsis, which is simply put, you know, heroes got to fight the bad guys. These are the heroes, and these are the bad guys. That's really the synopsis here. But yeah, very interesting. I'm wondering what brings Amy and Big to the world. I'm wondering if like they somehow they come through a dimensional portal, so I assume a portal ring. But I'm wondering if you know, they show up because they're in Sonic's world, maybe. But yeah, so Amy's in here, which is great. Big is in here, which I guess is great. The more the merrier, I guess. Yeah, so they're all gonna be teamed up together, and they need to defeat Dr. Robotnik, probably stop Shadow from doing what his grandfather wanted, and take revenge on the humans, and they're going to have to take down Metal Sonic at the same time. This is going to be very, very interesting. I'm wondering, now that I'm thinking about this, because, you know, in Sonic Adventure 2 story, we had the prototype to Shadow, which was the Bio Lizard. And I always thought to myself that the Bio Lizard was kind of unnecessary. I think it's cool to have the prototype to Shadow. Maybe in Sonic Movie 3, the prototype to Shadow is Metal Sonic. And that's what Robotnik is using as part of the team. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you guys think Metal Sonic being the prototype to Shadow is a cool idea, or do you think it's an unnecessary change? I'm slightly worried so far. Nothing major. I'm not like too worried. I'm still really hyped for Sonic Movie 3. I love the Sonic movie series so far. But I am worried that it's going to be a little bit like Spider-Man 3, where it's like, oh, this is gonna be the big movie, but there's too much going on, not enough to really enjoy a particular part, and it feels a little cluttered, a little too fast-paced, too many enemies, you know what I mean, too many characters. As a fan, I like seeing as many characters as possible on the big screen getting represented in some way, but for a lot of the casual people and new audience members, it's probably gonna feel like too much. So this leaves me intrigued. Again, please understand that things are absolutely subject to change. I don't believe that this is going to be exactly how it is. If it is, I really can't wait to see more, how they make it flow better in a full-out script. But yeah, it's going to be a while since we see Sonic Movie 3 stuff, especially considering it is not set to release. Again, December 20th, 2024. We have plenty of time, over 2 years. I'm just shocked we saw this now, considering how far in advance this movie is gonna be before we see anything really concrete here. So yeah, keep that in mind. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was a little all over the place. I apologize. I am filming this at like 1:30 in the morning, so please, you know, keep this with a grain of salt. I'll put a link in the description to the Tails channel article that dropped this news. And yeah, with all of that said, stay tuned to the channel. Anything regarding Sonic Movie 3 or anything Sonic the Hedgehog, stay tuned here. Please hit the like if you enjoyed it, hit the dislike if you didn't like it, hit the subscribe button if you want to stick around for more. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is Sam, signing out. See you later, procrastinators.